Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Cougar House Garage. Today, Derek and I are going to be working on the 5th generation 4RUNNER straight axle project, aka Project Carnage is what I officially named it. Talking to my friend Chris Santos on the big island of Hawaii. So moving forward here guys, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get the frame plates welded on the frame. I got them designed up and cut out and tacked on the frame over the weekend. So now that Derek's here, we're going to go ahead and fully weld those on, mount the power steering box. We got to drill the Weaver Fab high steer arm, and we got to make the high steer rod itself. So, and mount the power steering box, just like I said. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. Cue the music.
That's a lot easier to see through than my hood.
Right. All right, guys. So now we got our Toyota power steering box here. Got our frame plate tacked on. We're going to do a little bit of trimming here in the fender well area near the body mount for the power steering box. Then we can get it clamped on and make it steering rod, and then get this frame plate welded on. Cue the music.
Some work in progress, good things go slow. And I'm no saint. I fall and you pick me up again. You got your habits, got them too. Just feel like maybe I could lose them with you. Sinking in, and I guess I kinda like that. For the first time, you really got my back. Got your habits, got them too. Just feel like maybe I could lose them with you.
Now that we have our steering rod made and our Weaver fabrication high steer arm cut, we're going to go ahead and put our 40s on here. Those right there. We're going to go ahead and put our two fronts on, and then make sure our axle is as far forward as we want it to. Make sure our steering box and its steering rod are going to live where they're going to be right there, and verify our measurements and our tire and wheel axle placement here in the front wheel wells before we completely weld on our steering box plates and our steering box mount, or before we drill our holes for the steering box itself for the backside. We got to make sure that the steering box is as far forward as it needs to be for our setup. So we're going to go ahead and mount these 40s up. It's going to be really cool to see these actually on the truck. I've been thinking about these on the 4RUNNER forever, so it's going to be really cool to actually see them on it. So let's do it, guys. Let's throw them on.
Hey, yeah. I'm no saint. Hey, yeah. I'm no saint. torn so deep, falling down through the clouds. I'm feeling you. Stay away from me. You keep haunting me. I feel that I've been chasing dreams, keep holding on to memories, tears that I will not regret. Sacrifice will prove instead. Through the landscapes I review, I can't be honest, I know you too. Walking down through the fields, I still want you. Stay away from me. Stay away from me. Stay away from me. You keep haunting me. I feel that I've been chasing dreams, keep holding on to memories, tears that I will not regret. Sacrifice will prove instead. I feel that I've been chasing dreams, keep holding on to memories, tears that I will not regret. Sacrifice will prove instead.
That's it for today, guys, working on Project Carnage. It was a pretty productive afternoon. Derek and I started by mounting one of the Specialty Forge SF009s and the Toyo 40, mounted it on the axle so we were able to verify that it's sitting in space where it's supposed to be, and it is. It's sitting right where I designed it to be, so we're good there. Good verification. And then we moved on to drilling the Weaver Fabrication high steer arm to 3/4 inch for a ballistic fabrication heim joint. Got that drilled, remounted that high steer arm, and then we put a ballistic fabrication tube adapter into some DOM, tacked that in, mounted the heim joint and the tube adapter, and the steering rod, mounted that to the high steer arm, and then held that over to the power steering box to verify that the power steering box is sitting right where it's supposed to, which it is. Good verification, it's set, we're good there. So now we're able to go ahead and move on to welding on the top plate. There's like a coped part of the frame where Derek had to put a plate on top of to seal that up. So he went ahead, welded that on, and then he didn't fully weld the left side and the right side frame plates on because we just ran out of time today. He'll be back tomorrow and he'll fully get those welded up, and then we'll move on to drilling the power steering box holes for its bolts, slide its slugs in, weld all that up, weld the slugs all in, and then we can mount the power steering box. And I need to get a Pitman arm from Sky Manufacturing or Sky's Off-Road Design on Instagram, and I need to get that, drill that to 3/4 inch. They're set up for a TRE, so I'll drill that to 3/4 inch for a ballistic fabrication heim joint, and then we'll get the steering rod done, and then I'll be able to move on to designing the frame bridge and axle truss as soon as some pickled in oil 1/4 inch plate shows up. I ordered some, now it's just waiting for it to get here. But yeah, so pretty productive day. I'm pretty excited to keep back working on this tomorrow with Derek. It's going to be a good time. It's nice to have him back over at the shop. We haven't been able to work together for a few months, so it's nice to have him back around. But yeah, so now that we're at this point, guys, we'll catch you guys tomorrow, and we'll get these frame plates fully welded up, and we'll end this episode.